your attention as we bring you through this important safety briefing and on a journey through Singapore. During takeoff and landing, ensure that your tray table is stowed away. Put the back of your seat upright and keep your shoes on. Before we take off, stow your luggage under the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartments.
cast its silver light across a room that's soft and quiet, where shadows dance in subtle flight, and hearts may quietly conspire. The piano notes like whispers glide through twilight's gentle fleeting touch, each melody a tender guide, with dreams that linger, never rushed.